Man, this is absolutely fucking crazy. Real talk, some bull-ish. I don't typically like to make videos during the game, you know what I mean? I like to watch the game. Maybe I'll go live at the half, chop it for a brief 5-10 minutes, whatever you want, see how their game day is going with their team, talk about my game and get back to watching the game. But man, these refs are just on some pure fluckery, man. And it's crazy. We've talked about this before. Like, I don't exactly know how it works with the refs, but they need to face consequences when they blow calls. They should be under, like, comment, y'all. Do refs get fined? Can they get fired? Are they just good because they're in a union? I mean, there has to be some kind of consequences because aside from what's going on, we've been having all kinds of discussions all season long about, you know, iffy calls and the calls changing up the momentum of the game. And I mean, obviously, we know as we get more into this player safety era and trying to stop injuries and stuff like that, the way that converts into calling games and stuff like that, it's not a perfect science. And, you know, things are changing. I get it. It's a tough job for the refs, right? But in this Bills game, prior to this big missed horse collar call, I can't even talk right. I'm so furious, y'all. The missed horse collar call. There's just been a lot of iffy calls, late calls. Seems like nothing can go the Bills' way. You know, like, I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy nut or anything, but after a lot of really bad calls, I slide over to Twitter and I see a lot of other individuals, even media, sports media people, like, yo, blatant hit on a defenseless Dalton Kincaid, no call there, but every call seems to be going Philly's way. What does Hochul, is that the guy that the refs fluck him? What does he have against the Bills? Like, it literally has been felt like they're calling it against the Bills. Then late in the half, Bills up 10-7, doing our thing, playing our asses off. Defense coming up major. Josh getting his rhythm back. The offense getting back. It's been odd. Diggs has been off the field on multiple third downs, but he just had a huge TD. Go Bills. You know, we're trying to end off the first half and we get the ball down in their territory, first and goal or second and goal within the 10. And then this ludicrous horse collar happens. And not only do they not call the horse collar, because then later after the refs talking and everything, you see a flag pop up and you're like, oh, another late flag. Like, it's been insane with the late flags today. You know what I mean? After one of the times when the Bills got the ball after a punt on the way back from commercial, they're like, oh, they hit the Bills with a 5-yard penalty. You know what I mean? Just late calls galore. So I'm like, oh, they're calling it late. No, they call grounding as it's just insane, man. Which, again, now is the second BS grounding call the Bills have had in like a month. It's just ludicrous. And like, despite all this, we ended up with a blocked field goal, a tip field goal, no good. And the defense goes out there in a major way, comes up and takes the ball away. And the Bills march back down and get the touchdown with Diggs, man. So despite the referees' best efforts and everything, we're up at the half. Love what I'm seeing from my Bills. But I didn't really make that video to talk about this. I'm purely just saying these refs are terrible. Something's got to be done. And, like, how do you miss that horse collar, right? And on top of it, you want to talk about player safety. That's a dangerous play. Remember that? What was his name? Roy Williams? That was, like, signature for the horse collar. Didn't he have something to do with the rule being made in itself? He was like, didn't he break some collarbones and clavicles or something like that? Like, Josh could have been hurt bad, you know? And like, I really hope something happens within this week about this. Like, how sometimes, like, for instance, the safety that I just did a video for the Broncos, who didn't get flagged for the hit during the game, right? The defenseless or unnecessary roughness or whatever. Then in the week they said, okay, they didn't call this on the field, but we're fining you a bunch of money and you're suspended, and he's appealing it. Like, something like that needs to happen with these refs. Again, I don't know. Maybe there is some kind of something like that with the refs. I feel like I've said this before, and it's my bad. I never looked into it enough, but like, the refs suck. Something's got to be done. And this is just some of the most outrageousness I ever seen. You know what I mean? Like, In the name of player safety, you miss a horse collar like that. Fuck you.